is University of Toledo women's golf coach Allie Green. Allie, you are the fourth coach in Toledo Rockets history, and you have quite a background at Abilene Christian University and the University of Dayton. And here you are, you're a Lady Rocket.
I made it. Yeah, super excited to be here.
Yeah. Now, with this taking the team, it looks like you are full of a lot of underclassmen players this year, and it looks like you're going to very quickly mold the women's team into a team of yours.
Yes. Yeah. So when I took the job, I got hired in April and officially started in May. And when I took the job, I had three girls on the team and one committed freshman. So, as you know, with college golf, you need way more than four total players. So,
Right.
kind of had to hit the portal hard, and it's really tough to get older transfers, just with how their classes transfer in and such. So, yeah, we're
Hmm.
super young, but I think it's great. We get to really build into the culture that I have envisioned for the program, and hopefully everybody gets on board and is ready to just rock and roll with me.
Well, I think they will. I know, as you know, the NCAA allows 9 players right now with the settlement, and I'm not going to get into any of that tonight. But you will have, you going to have 9 players to start the season, or are you going to build to that over the next year?
I'm gonna build to that. Right now, I have six to start the season. I would love to get a mid-year transfer, but yeah, it's gonna take probably a couple of years to get up to that nine. But that's definitely the goal of having a larger team so that we can have team competitions and just in case we ever have injuries or sickness, we've got more to work with than just six.
Yeah, we're going to talk what it takes to become a women's racket golf player in just a second. I talked to Amy Bond at Florida State last week, and she said one of the things, and it really impressed me about the coaches, is she said that especially with the limit on the rosters, coaches will say, "Hey, look, I'm full, but I have a golfer who is very interesting, and I think they might be a good fit. Check it out and see if it's a good fit for you." So. Are you beating the bushes with other coaches too to maybe find that diamond in the rough?
Yeah, I definitely am. And I also beat the bushes with the other coaches just to learn and figure out
Hmm.
what they're doing, what works for them. So Amy Bond is actually, I would say, a mentor for me. I got to meet her at their home event last year, and she's an amazing human being and always willing to help younger coaches grow. But yeah, definitely reaching out to other coaches, figure out if they've got anybody, especially if I see them in the transfer portal, I'll reach out to that coach and say, just what's up with this person? Why are they transferring? Are they good? A good student, good teammate. But
Hmm.
yeah, definitely beating the bushes with all of those coaches and trying to connect with everyone that I possibly can.
Awesome. So it sounds like you're doing all your due diligence and you know all the right people. That's always a big start. Now, as far as the culture that you're trying to build with the women's rocket program, what are the 2 or 3 characteristics that you're looking for? I can probably guess what they are, but I want to hear it from you.
Definitely looking for hard workers. I don't want to force someone to go to practice. That's not fun for anyone involved. People that are fun to be around.
Hmm.
It's not fun to be around people that aren't fun. So definitely looking for those people that want to have a good time, but also work really hard while having a good time. Yeah, I think those are kind of the two main pillars that we're looking for. And then just, yeah, just working hard, having a good time,
Yeah.
having a good experience.
Yeah. A couple other things that I hear as well is they say if you have good academics, you can take those anywhere. And if you don't, sometimes you're not going to play when you should. And
Mhm.
that's one of the things that I'm hearing. And then also being a good teammate. Your teammates have to know that you have their back and they have yours. And that, and the thing is about women's sports, you know this far more than I do. You'll forget more than I'll ever know. But women they form those very, very close emotional bonds. And so in order to have that, you got to have good teammates. And I imagine that over time, it's going to be rocket pride and you're really going to build a solid program.
That's the goal. We're definitely trying. I've got a great solid group this year. I'm super excited. I didn't realize this, but I had a press conference last week and
Hmm.
they told me that I had six different countries. Uh
Oh,
the, yeah, I they said that. I was like, "Oh my goodness, you're right. I do have six different countries." So I'm really excited to see how they gel and see how the different cultures work together and
Yeah.
just see those dynamics. It's been really interesting so far to see it.
Yeah. No, when we come back from this 30, I want to ask a little bit on recruiting, very general stuff, because I don't, we can't talk too much more than that. We're also going to talk about your schedule and a little bit about what you expect in the MAC this year and some of the players that you currently have on your roster so you can brag about them a little bit. We're going to do that on the other side.
Toyota has 3 NASCAR Cup teams, 2311 owned by these two, but this guy actually races for his team. And they both share the track with a team owned by this guy. 3 teams, 4 legends, all going after 1 cup. Now you're up to speed. You in?
With me, Toledo Rockets women's golf coach Allie Green. Allie has been at the helm since last spring. She's been making the rounds as I've seen you on TV news. I've seen you with the program. I've been checking you out on YouTube, and because I'm looking for great B-roll. That's one of the things I love to do with these is not just talk, but we like to promote the players, the program, and that kind of thing out there. So we're definitely doing that. Out of the 6 young ladies that you met so far, brag on a couple of them. A couple of things that you really think are really promising coming up this year.
Yeah, so I brought in 2 transfers, Anya Martin from Longwood University and Rachel McKinley from West Georgia University. Both of them I'm super impressed with so far. I'm really excited to see what they bring to the table, being new into the program. I also have freshman Alice Taunts from Australia that I'm also super excited about. Qualifying the last 2 rounds has been wonderful. She's a super sweet girl, super hard worker. So I'm really excited to see what kind of golfer she develops into. And then our returners, I mean, Brooklyn Millard was our best scoring average, and she's really impressive. She hits the ball a long way, carries herself really, really nicely. And then Valeria Lizcano, she's actually a transfer from I want to say North Florida. I think I'm correct in that. I should probably know that a little better. But she's been super high academic, very good communicator. Golf game looks really solid. And then we also have a returner, Emily Young from Canada, and she's again super solid, really good academics. Just really, really super sweet young lady. All of them are super sweet. So I'm super excited to see how they mold into my vision for the program, but
Mm-hmm.
also how they help impact me in different ways as well.
Yeah. And with that, you have a great schedule coming up this year. I checked it out. Excuse me. I know that the men played at Inverness last year. I was supposed to play there this year to do some droning because I also cover the LPGA and the USGA when they come there in 2 years. And after the Solheim Cup and walking some of that course. Wow. I bet you can hardly wait to play at the Inverness Golf Club down there in not too far from me in Toledo.
Oh, it's not too far. It's actually just 5 minutes down the street for us. So that is our home course. So we get to go out there every single day. And every day I go out there and I'm like, is this real life? Am I really getting to go to Inverness every single day? I'm truly waiting for the shoe to drop. I'm truly waiting for someone to like stop me at the gate and be like, yeah, no, you're not actually supposed to be here. But that hasn't happened yet. So yeah, we're super blessed with our facilities, super blessed to be able to host an event out there. We're hosting, I think, 10 out of 12 teams that went to regionals this past year.
Wow.
It's a great field. I don't remember the stat completely off the top of my head, but I mean, we had the 14th ranked team in the nation, the 15th ranked team, and I think the 23rd ranked team coming to good old Toledo and gonna compete, and we're super excited.
Yeah. Well, you play, is it 10 or 12 tournaments this year? I thought you might have 12. Correct me if I'm
I
wrong, but
think it's 11.
well, then we're going to split the difference.
Yeah, let's go with 11.
Yeah. Well, tell us about, I know we can't go through all the tournaments, and we are going to be flashing those on the screen. We're going to kind of roll them down as you talk about a few of them. What are a couple that you have circled on your calendar to kind of double down on?
Yeah, so we start out, we actually leave this Saturday for Purdue.
Hmm.
So that one is going to be a really good one to get out of the gate with. And then obviously our Inverness event. Super excited about that. We will go to UNC Asheville's event,
Hmm.
which is in the mountains of North Carolina. It is absolutely beautiful. That one's actually televised too. So pretty excited about
Who's
that.
televising it?
ESPN Plus.
I'm writing it down because I try to catch those. I'm going to a couple of TV tournaments this year, including the
Mhm.
Folds of Honor next weekend.
Okay.
And so good. I love that. We're going to talk about t TV and women's golf in a minute, but what else you got? Because these are great.
Yeah, yeah. So I think that one will be a really good one to just kind of end the fall, and then we will start out. We're gonna go to Arizona, Bowling Green hosts. I think that one will be a really good one to just kind of hit the ground running. I'm really excited. We have a really tough stretch. We're gonna go Georgia, and then Texas A&M, and then Ohio State. And I think that stretch is gonna be really, really good to prepare us for the MAC championship. Because it's gonna be really tough. Going to be really hard fields, but I think it's going to help us realize. I mean, obviously, you play good golf typically when you're playing with good golf, or you play
So
better golf when you're playing with good golf.
So if you play well, great. If these tournaments are a learning experience for you, at least you'll have a good medal either way on your team and what you need to do, what they need to work on, players that you need to recruit, and they'll have a great gauge of what the players need to do to to get better and work on it even next off season. Although we're talking about this year right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's going to be huge for them. I think it's going to be hard. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like it's not going to be hard, but I'm hoping that they're going to be able to learn and figure out exactly where those kind of cracks in their games are and be able to learn from that and then work on it with obviously the support of me. And then I'm really hoping that moving into the MAC championship, it's going to be just a huge confidence build for them to be like, wow, like I just did that. I did some really hard stuff. I can do this really hard thing too.
All right. Before we talk about teams to beat in the MAC, we're going to do that on the other side of this 30. I also like to ask you a couple of things in terms of like where you're going to recruit. I can ask where. Can't ask who. I can ask kind of like where your strongholds are and that kind of thing. We're going to do that in just a moment.
Toyota has 3 NASCAR Cup teams, 2311 owned by these two, but this guy actually races for his team. And they both share the track with a team owned by this guy. 3 teams, 4 legends, all going after one cup. Now you're up to speed. You in?
Allie Green with us, Toledo Rockets women's head coach. She just took over earlier this year. This is her first official season as head coach of the Rockets, the fourth women's coach ever. As far as recruiting ground, most coaches want to start in their home ground. Is that kind of like you're trying to protect your turf here a little bit? Because there's a lot of schools in the MAC in Ohio.
Yes, yes, there are. I think a big thing for me is win the Battle of Ohio, win the best players
Mm-hmm.
out of Ohio, see if I can snag a couple of maybe the ones that Ohio State are looking at or Cincinnati are looking at. Try and beat the game in Ohio and then just recruit the best players that I can. Recruit the best players out of Michigan, recruit the best players out of Indiana, Kentucky,
Mm-hmm.
those neighboring states. And then if I can pull one from like a Texas or a California or a Florida, that'd be awesome too. I think for me, I want the best players and I want the best players that I can get. And it doesn't really matter where they're from. So if it's international, awesome. Let's do it. If it's Ohio, even better.
Yeah.
I want the players that want to play for us.
Yeah, and that's one thing that you'll notice. It doesn't matter whether you're a Big Ten school, a MAC school, ACC, SEC. Of course, I can name all the conferences. All of the conferences have a combination of homegrown players and international players that are even living in the United States, learning the culture, the language, and getting the competition. And that's been going on for a while. I remember AJGA. I'll kid you not. You're going to think I'm kidding when I tell you this, but I remember about 10 years ago, I was at a tournament in like early March in Michigan, of all places, early March. That's not the place to play
Nope.
golf. And these girls were shooting 67 in snowmobile suits. And I'm like, I can't do that in my shorts on the best day of my life. And these women are playing young ladies at this point, 12, 13 years old, just in Fieldstone, like up in Michigan, is not an easy golf course. It's an Arthur Hills design, and we all know Arthur Hills, a great designer, not the nicest guy to golfers who don't hit good golf shots. So with that, but you got it. I like your like what you're saying. You're going to get the best players wherever you can. And
Mhm.
of course, you do want to protect your home turf, and it really helps if you have a good homegrown player or two that comes from your roster. It's a great pride point to get people to kind of take hold of your program.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, final thing, Kent State. they have won 26 women's titles in a row. Wow. Um,
It's
what,
impressive.
yeah, I mean, I can't even count to 26. Can you?
Some days.
Well, I can. I can, but yeah, exactly. And so what is it going to take for, who are, besides Kent State, who are the two or three teams to beat? And how do you feel, Allie, that you're going to eventually be one of those names on the short list to be one of the teams to beat in the MAC?
Yeah, I think teams to beat Eastern Michigan, they're building a really, really impressive program up there.
Hmm.
Bowling Green has been pretty steady. Ball State's also a good one. So I think those four are definitely teams to beat. We really need to, I mean, again, I got to recruit the right players. I need to recruit the people that want to be here, want to work hard, kind of go along with the vision that I have. And then we're just going to have to develop players and get them rocking and rolling. The really nice thing is
Hmm.
Toledo's very similar to Kent. I mean, we are a similar town. We have similar facilities, similar school. So there's no reason why we can't be just as good. It's just going to probably take us a little bit longer because we don't have the history of winning 26 times in a row.
Well, I mean, no one does, and the only way, they say how to eat an elephant, and it's one bite at a time, and you're just going to have to do that. And I think eventually you will get there. I do have, is it Josh Brewer, of Eastern Michigan?
Yes.
He was on earlier this spring. He's going to be coming on next week because we put all the programs on there,
Mhm.
and I'm happy for you. I think that you're eventually going to get yourself some players. Players are going to look to see how you coach. Players are
Mhm.
going to see how you look, how you interact with them, and you see them, they see you. College golf and women's college golf is a very small family, and so I think if you build that up right, eventually we're going to talk to you, and you're probably going to have going to get your first experience with Mr. T here on one of your two hands. I
Yeah.
eventually. Well, anyway, with that, I want to thank you very much for coming on, Allie Green. I know that your team's going to be successful, and between now and next spring, I do hope to catch you. One final thing: where is the MAC Women's Golf Championship this year? What course and
It's at
state?
Firestone Country Club in Akron.
Oh, dang! I just played there earlier this year, covering the Champions Tour, and
So,
hey, boy, I tell you, you duck all the good golf courses. You only go to Muni's. Yeah, that's it. But Inverness, Firestone,
oh yeah.
that's everybody's dream list. And look what the women get to do for sure. All right, thank you, Allie, for coming on, and we're definitely going to catch you on the flip side. We're definitely, when we get the press releases on your team, we're certainly going to brag on you any which way we can. Fair enough?
Fair enough. That sounds great. Thanks so much for having me today.
Hey, you kidding me? Thank you.